Okay, we are live. Let's see if the connection stays. Hopefully, it will. So, this is going to be a bit of a rant, I guess. And it's like I don't really care what people think about this. Now, I've been on YouTube for a few years now, and I've seen a development and I've seen what's happening. And I think we are reaching the pinnacle now. And YouTube and I would say, well, all the social media platforms that I have any experience with, they suffer from the same. Now, I sometimes watch videos by these, how to do YouTube, those channels. Um, those channels where you can get advice on the technical details on YouTube and so on. Not so much how to make videos, but how to do YouTube, so to speak. And it was so telling because one of these channels, they had a video and it was about content, using other people's content. Like, um, uh, you've all seen these videos, and I've had many of my videos stolen. And I say stolen because that's fucking what it is. Um, and they comment on things, and you see the little funny little face in the corner, and they're just basically watching a video which they have stolen and uploaded on their channel. And the angle on this video about how to do YouTube, it was about YouTube supposedly striking down upon content theft. And I thought maybe because I'm not naive, but maybe I was a little bit naive because I thought the angle in the video would be, oh, this is a good thing because it will help creators of original content. But no. The whole angle in this video on this very large how to do YouTube channel was how this is a problem because you can get a strike now if you copy other people's content. You see the problem here? These people think it's a problem that YouTube is supposedly striking down upon content theft. Now, this has been going on for a long time, and I have a couple of videos on my main channel where the stolen content, like the videos where they have just taken my video and they add some commentary. Those videos on those other channels have made many more views and much more money on that my video than I ever made on that video on my channel. So, I mean, is that fair? No, it's not. And some genius will now say, oh, write in the comments, oh, life is not fair, grow up, or something like that. No, you grow up. And other people will say, well, YouTube is not really a job, is it? Well, first of all, it is. Secondly, it's not my main job. I'm a novelist. That's my main job. And it's like, okay, so this has been going on for a long time. And we have these fucking idiotic gaming channels where people are recording themselves or recording the screen where they are playing video games. What the hell is that about? And people are watching that crap. That tells you all you need to know about humanity, basically. And I haven't said so much about that because those, I've never played video games, and I don't care about that kind of entertainment. Lots of people do. That's okay. But making videos, have your content is a separate niche on YouTube. recording the screen while you're playing video games. Can you think of anything with less worth in our culture than that? Well, I guess you can, but it's come on. I mean, it's laughable. Okay, so the attitude that it's okay to steal other people's content, I have seen that as a problem for a long time, many years. Actually, it goes back to the time when people would download illegally music and movies, and they would say, "Oh, we are sticking it to the man," like the big corporations. "Oh, we're heroes by downloading this movie and not paying for it." Okay, how convenient. The thing is, this has been monetized by the same companies, the same globalists, huge multi-million billion dollar companies. It's been monetized. This attitude has been monetized, and we call it AI, artificial intelligence, which basically just well, there is, of course, AI that is useful and a great thing. Like you can use it in to find a cure for a disease and so on. But AI in the entertainment industry should never happen. It should never happen in the arts, because it's not art. It can never be art. So, oh yeah, lots of people get offended in their little feelings here, because I am talking badly about gaming. Oh, your what's this person? Yeah, Kaylor Alcazar. I'm sure that's your real name. Getting offended. I have no idea what games actually means. No, probably not. But I guess it means a lot to you. And this is where I want to say, get a life. Okay. But my main point here is, at this point, I hope you have not missed the term AI slop. AI slop. Do you realize how much of the content that is being uploaded to social media that is just AI? Now, I heard different numbers. Some people say around 50%, 50%, and other numbers say it's more. And some people, that you have the dead internet theory. So the thing is, and you can look that up, and you will know what it means, if you look it up. What this means is that, and this is the main reason, like the stealing of the videos, stealing of content, AI slop, that is a threat to us who make original content. Now, this is just me talking to the microphone here in my office. But I have another channel. Well, I have other channels, 3 other channels. And I'm making original content. That's what I'm doing there. And it's at the point now where, I can see where this is heading. I'm getting, I'm down to 20% of the views I used to get. And at this point, you have to ask yourself, what's the point? What is the point? What's the point? Why would I keep going? Why would I keep doing this? So Yeah, that's okay. So that was what I asked myself when I could see where this was going, and it's going to get worse too. Um, and you go on the internet and you can see it from the thumbnails, and it's AI generated, and it gets millions of views. And you see, by the way, it's also a problem. Let's be real here. A lot of these channels and some of them that are actually creating original content, they pay themselves into the algorithm. Please realize that that's actually a real thing. There's an interview that you can find. She's dead now, but the former head of YouTube, she said that yeah, it's true. They can do that, and they do that. But and you can find that if it's not completely fucking hidden on the internet now, behind ads and AI slop. But it's like people don't care. People, you see it here. Oh, it's adding commentary to the video, the original video. That well, why the hell would I make videos that people just steal and they put their little face in the corner and they make money off of my content? They're not adding content. Let's get real here. They're not adding content. They're capitalizing on other people's original content. So why would I keep going? Why? I had to ask myself that question, and I couldn't find any answers until I found, well, I found an answer. I did. It's the messages from people who say that I helped them through difficult times. That means a lot to me. That means a lot more than money. That means a lot more than views. And I'm not saying that to appear as a very wonderful person or anything like that. It's just something that matters to me. Um, but having said that, when YouTube and the other social media platforms, when it's like this, you have to take a step back, because you're not going to win that battle. You're not going to get back to me in this case. I'm not going to get back to getting the views. If I want the views, I will just make a video. I could get the views, I could just download some I guess if I look at the demographics of people watching my videos, I would just download something from, steal a video that some politician they hate saying something that they don't like, and I would comment on that, and I would do that on a daily basis. But what's the value in that? That's just capitalizing on people's hatred. Not going to do that ever. So it's like, why am I doing this? Okay, yes, I help people. I realize that, and that in itself is a reason to keep doing this. Um, but the strategy on YouTube now, I'm always honest with you guys, and the strategy now is that I'm just taking a step back. I'm not going to make more than pocket money, which is ridiculous when you think about my main channel having more than 700,000 subscribers. Still, it's only pocket money I'm making on that channel. Not going to, I'm just taking a step back, and I'll make videos that I enjoy making, the creative process of that. But I think at this point that these platforms, and more so people, need to figure out where they want to be. what they want to do with their lives. Do they um, do they, I mean, will people just keep watching AI slop and stolen videos? I don't know. I don't know. But that's a battle. If you're a creator of original content and you're not going to pay YouTube to show your videos to people, you're not going to win that battle. Your views will be low. The quality of your videos won't matter. Wesley, just to answer to your question there, would you be salty? I know what that means. I'm not salty. I'm being real with you guys. You know, I'm being real with you guys. Please respect that and understand what I'm saying. Would you be salty if Joe Rogan made a reaction video to one of your videos? I have zero respect for Joe Rogan. Why would I want him to make a reaction video? Why would I? There's no difference to Joe Rogan or anyone else. And I get your point. Oh, he's pointing people to your channel and so on. I don't fucking care, because if I need other people, famous people, to point at my channel to get the views, it's not worth it. You know, it's not worth it. If it's the videos, it's the content that I provide that matters. It should matter. That's how I grew my channel. Nobody helped me to get there. Now, this might be difficult for some people today to understand, but it's actually about something that we call integrity, which is something that you don't see a lot of the time these days. But okay. Taking a step back, and I don't know, it could go either way. If I had to bet money on which way it will go, I would say people will just keep watching the AI slop and the stolen videos. But there's a chance, even though it's a slight chance, that there will be a reaction against this. There's a chance that people will want to watch, they will search for the videos that provide non-paid for original content and start watching that, and unsubscribe to all those channels using AI to create thumbnails and using AI to edit the videos. Yeah. So, there's a chance that will happen. I'm hoping for that. But this is, if someone asked me today, is it a good idea to start a YouTube channel? Well, I would say, yeah, go for it, but you're not going to make money. It's or get any views, or maybe a few views, but those days are gone. Those days are gone. Maybe we will get back to that. I don't know. And before you say Rumble and these other platforms, they are just as bad. I think, well, I've been on Rumble for many, many years, and I think I've made $30 or something like that. So, yeah. Okay. We'll get to the channel, the comments now. Let's see. KP Heathen, Angela, Carola, good morning to you all. Patricia, good morning. Well, or good evening to some of you. I'll just scroll down. Patricia says, I noticed a lot of copying on YouTube recently. I don't understand how they can do that. Well, in the community guidelines and so on YouTube, it clearly says it's not legal to do that, but people do it all the time. Hello there, Tarja from Norway. Yeah, reaction videos on movies and shows. Now, the way to do it actually is not stealing content. You make a video where you talk about, you give your critique of the movie or the book and so on. You should be able to do that without stealing content. But of course, it takes a lot more time to do that. Now I've never used AI. Well, that's a lie actually, because you can't go on the internet now without actually using AI. It's integrated into everything, so you don't really know when you're using AI. And I've ordered a new camera, and it says the camera is using AI to focus or something like that. So it's very difficult to avoid it, but I've never intentionally used AI, and I'm not going to. The problem with AI is that people are using it for things like this. Again, if you're a doctor, if you're a surgeon, and AI is helping you to be more precise in some kind of surgical procedure, of course, that's a good thing, but that's not what we're talking about here. Marian from Slovenia, good morning. Orochi Fox says, I don't watch video games streams. I played them as a kid and young adult. Yeah, well, video games, it's like, I used to have the opinion that that's for kids. If you're an adult, you shouldn't play video games. But maybe, I suppose there are video games for adults as well. I don't know. I'm not interested. What does annoy me is people saying, "Oh, you're a Nord, Nord," and I understand that that's a term from a video game or video games. Some Viking person, Nord. Nord? That's a direction in Norwegian. It means north. You can't be a direction. It's like you're a left. What? Doesn't make any sense. But anyway. Earth Live use cases, AI will go away, so we will need to adapt because changes will happen. Yeah, there's another option as well. I'm 52 years old now, and I don't need the money from YouTube to survive. It's nice because it makes life a little bit easier, but I don't really need to buy stuff except food. And no, I'm not going to adapt to use AI. What's the point? I'm not interested in that. To use AI to make videos, why would I do that? It's like you have to define what you're doing. And for me as a video creator, it means I go out and I make videos. That's the attraction, the creative process. Why, if I have to use AI to make them faster, I'm not interested. Not interested. Same goes for writing, by the way. Patrick says, frankly, when people find out it's AI, then they stop watching. Yeah, that's hopefully true. But very soon you won't be able to see the difference. Um, let's see here. Um, we're just going to scroll down a little bit here. Yeah. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. So it's. I hope my accent is not as Norwegian as Thor Heyerdahl's accent, because his accent was very, very Norwegian. Mm, yeah. Okay, Lily, thank you for that comment. So, you're writing, when I was a kid, we were outside exploring, playing games, riding bikes to other towns, hiking. TV was very restricted and boring anyway. Yeah, same here. That's how my childhood was as well. The problem with video games and kids playing video games, sitting there scrolling endlessly on their smartphone, is that they're not outside in nature. They're not outside playing. We know quite a bit about how harmful that is. Now, it's a different discussion, I guess. Is video games harmful? That's a different discussion. But we know that if you're not physically active, if you're not playing, it's extremely harmful for kids. It's extremely harmful not only for their physique, but also their mental development. I don't see kids outside here in this neighborhood. It's well, if they're on their way to somewhere, but I don't see kids playing outside, which is very sad. They should be outside, but they're not outside. They're inside looking at the fucking screen. That is the main problem with video games. Now, video games, even though I haven't played video games, I know that they are made to be addictive. What do you think happens when, like, a 10-year-old starts playing a video game? You think they will tell themselves, oh, I'll play this for half an hour, then I'll go outside and play? No. They will stay there playing, looking at that screen for hours, hours, day after day after day. That's not a good thing. And people need to fucking wake up, especially if you're a parent. Turn off that fucking machine and tell your kids to go outside and play. This is very serious. This is not a joke. Why do you think kids now, when they become teenagers, like they're afraid to, like, the boys are afraid to talk to girls. They're physically, I don't like to use the term, but handicapped. They can't move their body in a proper way because they never learned how to do that. Another thing is that this goes for adults as well. They go out into the woods and they're afraid of the dark. Grown men being afraid of the dark. You have YouTube videos here, people talking about, oh, here's my advice to, if you go camping, how not to be afraid of the dark. Are you fucking kidding me? People go outside, grown people, and they're afraid of the dark. and I can't. Okay. Some people are afraid of the dark, like a natural thing. That's okay, but it's like it shouldn't be something that prevents you from going hiking. And it is. I've received several messages from people who won't go out spending the night in the woods because they're afraid of the dark. I think they're afraid of the dark because they've been watching scary movies and maybe playing scary video games. Now, and if they do go outside, I just as a side note there, I witnessed and overheard some of the fathers in the neighborhood here. Um, they were talking about this hunting video game that they were playing, and it was so fun. And they would now go hunting on the fields here. And I was like, "Are you 5 years old? What's going on here?" Completely disconnected from nature. Okay. Um, um, well, thank you for the donation there, 245 there. Thank you. Thank you. So, well, okay, yeah. So okay, it's like let's get back to the AI problem, because it is a problem, and it is deeply connected to the attitude that it's okay to steal. And people, until people realize that if you download a video that someone else made and you upload it on your channel, maybe with a commentary or something, you are stealing, because you did not ask for permission to do that. If you download a movie or music or whatever from the internet, you are stealing. That's actually what it is. And as long as people can't see the connection between that and AI, because you need to realize the AI is built on stealing content. Until people realize that, we will have this problem. We won't be able to do anything about this problem. AI will be there. AI will dominate social media. And very soon, people like myself who make original content, who won't pay a lot of money to YouTube for YouTube to show my content, we will be gone. If not gone, like that we no longer make videos, we will be gone in the sense that you won't see it when we upload videos, because it will be completely hidden. Now, my latest video on the main channel has gotten 12,000 views. And you have to ask yourself, how many of my 716,000 subscribers were even notified about that? How many of them knows that I actually uploaded that video? Probably not a lot of them. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. So, and it's like, Yeah, Earthlab USK, yes, of course. It's not only YouTube creators that will be affected. You're right there. Educators, programmers, managers, etc. Yeah. Now, I'm a novelist. That's my real job, and it's affecting my presence. Not my presence. It's affecting my work a lot. It's a very serious problem in the publishing industry, and it's really up to the publishers to protect the art. Because if they don't do that, it will all be AI. Already, there are many, many authors using AI to write their books. And those books are on the shelves in the bookstores already. And people are saying that, oh, I won't buy a book that was written by AI. Well, you won't see the difference. You won't notice, because what they do, these authors, and I'm using the term authors in its widest possible sense, is that they use AI to write parts of their books or the entire book. They edit it, and then so that it seems human, and then that's their book. I think that will be the norm. That will be normal in the near future. And the near future is like now and moving forwards. But I can promise you, I am never going to do that. Never going to do that. So, yeah, not a cheerful live stream here. But I'm also noticing the low views here on this live stream, and they have been very low for the last couple of months. I think it has to do with AI. The AI slop, and it's just flooding the platform. So that's where it's heading, you know. And the problem is that people keep watching AI. People keep using AI. It's like if you go to ChatGPT or whatever the fuck it's called now, and you use that, you are training AI. You're making AI more skilled at copying. So please don't do that, you know? I think I was a little, I was surprised that people, I shouldn't have been, but I actually thought that people would, no, I'm lying now, actually. I was never that naive. I was going to say, I was hoping, that's the right word. I was hoping that people would not be so easily lured into the AI trap. But of course, you know, oh, ChatGPT, it's for free, so fun. And now everyone's using it. I don't, by the way. And imagine if nobody had used AI, we wouldn't have had this problem. It would never have been a thing. So, you know, yeah. Divina, yes, I do know about YouTube algorithms. I know. I've been doing this for a while. The difference now is that AI is so dominating that um, the term the algorithm is broken. It's really true now. Okay. Yeah. But okay. I mean, it's like if people want to have a life where they don't think, they use AI to write. and they sit there all day looking at a fucking screen playing computer games or whatever. So be it. If that's the life you want, if that's the life you're living, I really don't know what to say to you at this point. I can say that I don't want a life like that. And I'm never going to have a life like that. And I think it's really sad that people are choosing that. And it's eerily close to, if you remember the first Matrix movie, there's this guy who had been freed from the Matrix, but he wanted to get back into the Matrix. That guy there. That guy there. That's how people are today. Because everybody knows that there is a life outside of the Matrix. There is a life where you can be in nature, you can be a creative person and actually create original stuff, original content, arts. You can do that. And you can. I'm looking at the screen now, but I'm also looking out the window. And when I close this live stream, I will go out and I will spend most of the day outside. And it's like people choose the Matrix now, which is sad. Now, I'll answer this question here. How can I live without a phone? As a young person, we need a phone for apps for school and everything. Yeah. First of all, as I have already said, I now have a smartphone again. It's because of a health issue that I have. And I'm working on that. This smartphone has a tool that I need. But I'm planning to get well. I'm planning to get well again, and so and then I'll throw away that phone because I really don't like it to have a phone like that. But to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know. But my daughter also has the same issue with her with the university. There's an app, I think, that they have to use. Shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that. So yeah, let me answer that question, Mike, before I finish here. I am now starting to think about my steak. I had 2.2 pounds of steak on the barbecue last night. I didn't finish it all, so I have some left for breakfast. If my son hasn't eaten it already. Yeah. What happened to the YouTube channel Germanic Pagan Pots? Well, he's a friend of mine, but he became a Christian, which was a big surprise to me. And he told me that he was now a Christian. And my response was that that's great for you. I mean, wonderful if that's the right thing for you, you know. But it was a surprise. And he changed the name of his channel to something with Christianity. I can't remember the name now. But yeah, it's like I think it's important. Now, I'm a pagan, and I think it's important that people realize that, contrary to the Abrahamic faiths or religions, should I say, we do not try to convert other people. And if my friend feels that Christianity is the right thing for him, good for him. No less respect for him, no less friendship. That's the way I see it. So, let's see here. Yeah, stay F417 there. Stay grounded, all. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Stay grounded. Okay. Yes. Okay. I want to thank you for joining here today. And enjoy your walk with the dog, Carola. Okay. We'll talk later. Bye bye.